creative inspiration isn't a lightning bolt. It's a slow burn fueled by curiosity and persistence. And today, we are going to see a great way to get inspired, learn new techniques, and discover endless possibilities. The Midjourney Explore page. By the end of this chapter, you'll know how to browse the best AI generated images for inspiration, analyze the prompts from top creators, and spot emerging trends in AI filmmaking and visual storytelling. Because you're not here to just make AI art, you're here to direct AI visuals like a filmmaker. So let's dive in to how the Explore page can help you do that. To see the Explore page, the first step is to log in to your Midjourney account. On this page, you will see a bunch of images. This is the Explore page. You can access the Explore page by just logging into Midjourney, or if you're somewhere else on the website, you can just hit this button here, Explore. With the Explore page, you get instant access to the best AI generated images, stuff created by artists, designers, and filmmakers who are using Midjourney. And on the top, you will see a bunch of options. With these options, you can see the top posts of the day, the top for the week, and the top posts from the month. You could also hit random to see random images, or hit hot to see what's trending. You can click on this like button to see any images that you have actually liked on Midjourney. You can see here I have not liked any of the images. But if I do end up liking this image, then you will be able to see it in your likes. This is a good way to categorize the images that you could use later in the future for inspiration. Let's go back to the top of the month. Alright, now let's talk about one of the smartest things you can do as an AI filmmaker: reverse engineering successful prompts. Let's look at how to reverse engineer prompts. Once you're on the Explore page and you find an image that you really like. Let's say I like this image. Once I click on it, you'll be able to see on the right who this image was made by and the prompt that they used. If you click on this prompt, it's going to appear directly into your Imagine bar. Now let's analyze this prompt. Impressionist wood grain oil painting, parallel view, a yellow fur sofa, super cute, fluffy carpet, a book on the sofa, a vintage floor lamp on the left of the sofa, warm beige wall hanging picture, a small round table with a cup of coffee and a dessert, a pile of books on the wooden floor, dashes of light and shadow, a romantic and warm atmosphere, light from the window, fall in food, small strokes of oil painting. Okay. Let's try feeding this same prompt into Midjourney and see what comes up. Okay. So you can see that Midjourney has pretty much changed the entire image, what we had in the first place and what we have now. The idea of the painting, the oil painting, has vanished. So it was not just about the prompt. There was something else in the prompt that gave that particular result. Let's go back and see what it was. Heading back to the Explore page and clicking on the image. What you notice here, apart from the prompt, is the stylization and a personal profile. What are personal profiles? We'll discuss in an upcoming chapter. But coming back to stylization, let's try having the prompt again with the stylization of 250 and the AR 3 is to 4, which is aspect ratio of 3 is to 4. If you notice here, I had the aspect ratio to landscape, which is why we got all the landscape images. So let's add the aspect ratio to our image. And we're going to add in another code, which is -r4. -r is essentially a repeater code. So which means Midjourney is going to create 4 into 4, which is 16 images of this same prompt. Let's try that. All right. These are the images that Midjourney has come up with now. See the change? This was style raw with an aspect ratio of 16:9, whereas this is style raw, stylize by 250, and an aspect ratio of 3:4. You can see how by adding these parameters, the image changes completely. But is it the same image that we saw and liked? No, but it is closer to the oil painting style. Most definitely is more adhering to the prompt. This is the closest we've gotten to the composition of the couch from our reference image. So is this one. And that's it. Let's say I want to use this same artistic style, the impressionist style, but create my own image. Let's try that out. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this same prompt, which is impressionist wood grain oil painting, parallel view, and change the subject. I don't want a yellow fur sofa. So what I've deleted here is the description of the subject. What I still want is dashes of light and shadow, a romantic and warm atmosphere, light coming from the window, fall in food, which I do not want. Now let's add in our own subject. Let's say an old computer from the 90s on a wooden mahogany desk surrounded by a pile of books and one pair of spectacles and an antique table lamp. Dashes of light and shadow, romantic warm atmosphere, and I'm going to keep the same one, which is going to be stylize this by 250, aspect ratio 3:4. Let's try that. All right, let's look at the results. This is an impressionist wood grain oil painting, parallel view, an old computer from the 90s. Probably not an old computer from the 90s. There were no LED screens or LCD screens in the 90s. Pair of glasses, antique lamp, surrounded by books. It's like a library. Okay. Let's check out the next one. This seems a little bit more like a 90s computer. There are piles of books. The lamp is a little high. I'm not too sure where it's placed. Okay, that's fine. And here you have another, but this is an iMac. Did not exist in the 90s, Midjourney. Okay. There will have to be a few more adjustments to get the 90s computer that I really wanted. But you can see how you can use the Explore page and use images from other creators as a reference when creating your own AI generated visuals. Instead of just generating images randomly, you're building a visual direction for your project. Your prompts get stronger and more refined because you're basing them on real references. So, now that you know how to find inspiration, analyze great prompts, and refine your own style, my question to you is, what's the first scene from your AI film that you are going to bring to life?